Welcome to episode 117 of the OVW podcast. That's the original podcast of Ohio Valley Wrestling. My name is Jack Menace.
I'm Brian Hines, and as you can see, I brought all the Halloween with me. And with us, as always,
Brian Allen. Nice to see y'all. Good to be here, man.
Thank God he kept it mostly on their side of the table. My side of the table remains intact.
Boo.
Bah hum Halloween.
I'll celebrate Halloween 1 week this year. And it's the week of Halloween, and it's on our fan zone when we figure out a sweet costume, a sweet trios costume.
Yeah, we've got a couple of ideas.
Yeah. I've got my costume. I got it today.
Is it... So you dug out the Macho Man costume you bought last year out of the closet?
I still have that one.
Please, God,
I
no.
also have got... What's wrong with my Macho
Man? Okay.
Ooh,
Because
what you got to say about my Macho Man?
That exactly.
My Macho Man is a quality Macho Man impression. Ooh,
It's the Macho Man impression we have at home.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, stop.
Whoa.
I don't like that one.
No, that's right out.
And it could have been a better costume this year if you had spent the last year working on your Macho Man impression. But you hadn't.
Tony Bryan is feeling dejected.
Do you want to spoil for us what you ordered, what you received today?
I mean, I feel like you'll just make fun of me if I do, so I think we're going to keep it a secret for now.
To
Malachi,
be fair,
I
it's
have a
going to happen either way.
Malachi, I have a question. What did your dad get in the mail today?
Clothes.
It's not
Fair.
what I wanted. It's not what I wanted.
Associate producer Malachi Woodard in with the
It's not what I wanted.
save.
What'd you do? Take his fancy switch? He's not allowed to make fun of you on the show anymore.
No, he's a free agent. He can do what he wants.
What do they call that switch, Malachi? The Game Gear? What is it? What do you call it?
Steam Deck.
Steam Deck. Yeah.
The steamer deck.
Steamer Deck.
Today we're getting into all the action from OVW Rise. That's OVW TV 1364, emanating live from Legendary Hot Point, originally on October 9th, 2025.
That's a deduction.
But first, guys, where can we find all of the OVW superstars in and around the state of Kentucky? Tiny Brian.
Hello.
Please, can you tell us where we find it? This is now your job, by the way.
Okay, I'm certainly not doing anything else back here. Let's see. Every Thursday night,
There's only like 3 dates. You
can find the stars of the OVW live at 4400 Chesterfield Road. That is Hot Point Davis Arena, the hottest ticket in Louisville every Thursday. OVW Rise doors open at 5:45. Matches start about 6:15. At 6:30, you get OVW Overdrive. Those matches continue until 7 when the hottest ticket in Louisville begins. That's OVW Rise. 2 full hours of the hottest wrestling action imaginable. Then November 1st, that's Owensboro, featuring Billy Gunn.
I thought we were
on his birthday in the main event. I don't have it in front of me. I'm kind of another screen.
Oh no, I really did thought you were like trying to get us to play like the sentence game where you build a sentence all at once.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope, I'm just trying to remember because I don't have it. I don't have it easy access to it.
You were a youth group kid. Did you play that one? Youth group?
We played telephone.
Telephone. It's very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah. That's fun.
I think that constitutes an additional deduction.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, really?
But no, you were right. You were all over it. November 1st at Owensboro Event Center with Billy Gunn. You were all over it.
On his birthday, in the main event, probably a tag team, we assume.
With probably Cal Hero.
And maybe Al Snow.
We've seen that before. Oh, Al Snow. That would be fun.
Yeah.
No, I would imagine that that's just for the GLCW crowd.
Al is at the top of the poster for that, if I remember correctly. So I feel like he's going to be involved in some way.
No, that'd be fun.
What do I know? Then they're going. What day is the? Well, we know a couple more. What day is the show in Ohio, Fairfield, Ohio? 11/21. That is at not Buc-ee's, the other weird store.
Jungle Gym.
Oscar
Event Center.
Oscar the Grouts Event Center.
No.
Then the next day they're in Detroit.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
It's not on that sheet, but it happened, or it's going to happen. I know it is. That's on the 22nd.
Yeah.
All these tickets are available at OVWTix.com. That's OVWTix.com.
And right after this, we'll be back. Malachi has a very unique Kentucky story.
Hey, folks.
Please, Malachi.
Chapman really wants Malachi to tell the story he was telling just before we started recording.
Please, Malachi, just this once. I don't ever ask anything of you.
Malachi
I don't ever ask anything
He
of
asks
you, Malachi.
for things all the time.
I don't.
He's looking paid.
I haven't even asked for the camera. I haven't even asked for the camera recently.
Okay, that's
That's
fair.
true.
I gave that up a long time ago so that I could make you tell this story down the road. I didn't know that this story existed, but I knew something like it would come along.
Malachi's doing some very serious production work over here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. Malachi had a great, unique Kentucky story. Maybe one day it'll be on Bluegrass Homefront. Bluegrass Homefront is a...
Oh, wait.
Whoa.
Oh, he's reaching for the mic. Now he's just messing with us. Wait.
I had to give a statement on Monday
Where at?
at my work.
And what was that statement regarding?
An incident.
And do you mind to tell me what the incident was?
Sure.
And? You're Steven stealing me a little bit over here, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't
could
like
you do it now?
Yeah.
We've only got an hour. Let's move this along.
Someone got hit by a car, and it was a hit and run
In the parking lot of the grocery store you work at. Won't be more specific than that, but
at my place of work.
at your place of work. Yeah. And that's a unique Kentucky story.
insane.
Malachi had to give his first police interaction statement, which is very fun. And
First, you know.
well, serious question, Malachi. How is the person that got run over? Because they were on foot, right? And they got run over by a vehicle. How are they? Like, in all seriousness.
I am told they are fine.
Good.
That's excellent news.
Mostly.
Great
I mean,
news.
obviously, hopefully physically fine. Hopefully down the road mentally fine. I could not imagine being in a hit and run. And they were an employee of yours. They were a fellow employee, right? Yeah. At my place. Actually, I could imagine getting tremendously hurt at my place of business.
You already have been tremendously hurt at your place of business.
And not the one I work at currently.
No.
That's a different, unique Kentucky story, folks. BluegrassHomefront.com, wherever you find your podcasts.
Now
Bluegrass
back to the
Homefront.
OVW podcast.
All right, guys. So I do want to point out here, and I'll say it. I did have a joke, but I'll go ahead and say it now. I was going to save it till the Battle Royale later and say, do you know who was the true Iron Man of this Battle Royale? AJ McKay was. But I'll point it out now. AJ McKay was on commentary by himself for the entire evening.
He was
yes.
the hero of this episode.
Man, I was gonna take a bit to talk about that, but I'm glad we're starting off
Yeah,
with
go
that
for it.
because I mean, like y'all were saying, he was a superstar of this show.
Absolutely.
Man. He from being on commentary by yourself, that's not easy to do. You know, and do a damn good job of it, which he did. That was mad impressive. But as he became more incorporated into the show and the writing, it kept getting better. He was superstar, man. That was awesome.
Well, and he does get a little relief towards the end of the evening with Big Zoe, but I think that the moments with Big Zoe felt so much bigger because AJ had been alone for the past hour and a half, basically.
Man.
I think AJ McKay should be talked about more in terms of if we're talking about like star performers of 2025. I think that we should be talking about AJ McKay just as much about anybody as we see in the ring.
Absolutely, man.
Like ever since he came into commentary, he's been nothing but fantastic.
Killing it.
Also, all clips that we use during this evening come courtesy of OVW, so we thank them for that. All right, so we start off bout one of the evening with Tony Evans and Tommy Superior
Tommy Superior now. Yep.
versus the C-Force. Well, we actually start off with, go ahead and let's start.
Yeah.
That's what we actually
That is
started
exactly
with.
what it sounded like.
But what did you guys think? Because we've seen, obviously, the Z-Force quite a bit, pretty consistent now. But we're still kind of learning about Tony Evans and Tommy Superior at this point. So how are you guys feeling about the chemistry so far between those two guys?
What do you think?
Man, Tony's I mean, instantly it's like he's like that's my boy now, man.
Yeah.
and that's pretty that's such a this is such a big turn of events, just from when the big twist happened and Tommy turned on his father. Tony's like, yeah, that's my kid now. So they're going full force with this. He's under his wing, and he's got a lot to learn from Tony, man. Tony's got a lot to teach him, and I can't wait to see how that goes, how that develops, man.
Do you think that this is going to be like a straightforward thing, or we're going to see Tommy, De Niro, Superior, whatever, it kind of backfire? Do you think it's going to be a case where Brother Superior jumped the gun? To paraphrase the Beatles.
One of my favorite Beatles songs.
That's right. I knew you'd get it.
The here's kind of, and I wonder, can I ask you a question because you're a father?
Yeah.
Do you feel that way maybe because Tommy Boy is so unpredictable at this point, and it does look like the only guy who could kind of talk some sense in him is his dad? Is there a little bit maybe of your perspective there?
Probably.
Yeah. Because we know, and Tony really likes guys he can keep under control. Mm-hmm. Jay De Niro did a great job, we'll cover it more later, but did a great job of basically saying the only reason I let Tony control me for so long was so I could get Tommy into OVW. So I could have an opportunity to be at OVW and I could get my son in it. I could wrestle alongside my son.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Drew Hernandez was pretty complacent in terms of Tony's influence on him. Tommy Boy De Niro is a firecracker. And young, and that's two bad things because you don't know, you can't.
Firecracker. He's like an M80.
He is, but
He'll blow your hand clean off if you're not careful.
Absolutely.
Boom.
He's also, he's not. He barely listened to his dad, and now I think he's like definitely in like just like rebellious phase, which happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it does.
But now I think maybe it was just Tommy Boy De Niro's like time to like throw rocks at glass windows in empty buildings, or like put firecrackers, so to speak, M80s at bullfrogs' asses. Maybe it was just his time to rebel and be a little. I never did the latter. I always found that sick when people would do that. Any animal stuff I never did amongst my degenerate group of friends. But vandalism on the table for sure. But I maybe he's just at that point. But Tony clearly cannot control him, and Tony almost needs people to be under his thumb at all times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of one of my big takeaways in terms of your question. I love that question. It's a great amount of insight. Mm-hmm. Brian Allen, you've been one of the most vocal Tony Superior fans on this podcast far.
Oh yeah.
Where's your head at? Do you miss the Jay De Niro days? Do you miss the Drew Hernandez days? Are you excited about this? Do you have a guess of what could come next? What are you thinking?
I'm with y'all for sure, especially when you posed that question. That was great. Tommy is so, just energy, sporadic, volatile. That's a good word there for him.
Oh, yeah, that's a great word.
Yeah, that's him, and that is hard to control. And that was a good point where if his dad, had trouble with that a lot, and it eventually kind of he lost control of that. Mm-hmm. I'd see that playing out the same way, and rather quick with Tony, just because how much patience does he have?
0. That's actually patience. Patience is the right word.
Yeah.
Is how much patience do we have here?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Tony's he's always about his business, man. He doesn't like things to stall, so probably not too long, but I think it'll be a great small window of just whatever happens. It'll be awesome.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. There is a part in the Tony Superior promo where he's like, I'm Papa Superior now. And I couldn't like get out of my head. Have you guys ever seen the clip of Jim Rome calling Jim Everett Chris Everett?
Yep.
No.
And he got angry.
And he got angry. He was so Jim Everett, crazy. Of course, quarterback from the NFL, the famous, what do they call it? The Everett
man.
What's it called when they get hit under pressure? When the quarterback gets hit under pressure? A sack. They call it like the Phantom sack or the Everett sack, where he was just under pressure and he immediately went down. Mm-hmm. And Jim Rome gave him a ton of crap for this for years. Called him Chris Everett, which is a ladies tennis player
from like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
So that was intentional on Rome.
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah. He was trying to.
That man was burning.
Him. And then by the time Jim Everett comes on the Jim Rome show, it takes Jim Rome about 30 seconds to call him Chris Everett. And he tells him immediately. He says, the next time you say that, you're going to need a station break. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I just said it. He goes, you won't say it again. Next word out of his mouth. Not even a second later. Chris? Football tackles him across. All you hear is...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the table went flying.
Yeah, the table flies out.
Nice.
I'll send you the clip later. Everybody out there, it's a very easy clip. Jim Everett, Jim Rome is all you have to type in to find it. Yeah. But all I can see in the future is a Jim Rome, Jim Everett type situation where people just keep calling him, you think you're Papa Superior, now you're just Mother Superior. And it's like Tony Evans just
Yeah, he erupts, man. No, I love that. I love that. No, for sure.
Y'all want to see how this match ended?
I want to see that Jim Rome clip, actually.
Well, I don't have that one ready. If I can have Malachi show me a scene so I can make sure we're ready to show it, which we're not. Very busy with production stuff.
Let me ask you guys.
Yeah,
Let me
that's
ask
all
you guys
good.
about this. Surprised? Okay, we have a
here we
little bit
go.
of it here. We have a little bit of it
Kid
here.
Colossus.
Hang on,
Cats.
I'm waiting. It's not up on the stream properly
Aw,
yet. There we go.
jeez.
There
No
we go.
worries.
Kid Colossus picks up Tommy Boy De Niro.
He was
Oh my
Oh,
throwing
he
gosh.
about got him here, man.
Tommy Boy all the way across the ring more than once.
Oh yeah, that the throws were. Good gracious.
Picking up both of them.
Yeah.
Probably would have launched them both into the first row or somewhere in the audience, or maybe up the ramp or something like that. But he was just enough to. Wow.
Can I ask you guys a question? Not only in this clip that we're watching here, but kind of during the
Love
course
this.
of the match. Oh, the big
that was
like
awesome.
corkscrew springboard.
Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing. The Z-Force have been a longer established tag team than the Superiors, let's call them. And
The Evans family is what next week's poster calls them.
the Evans family. Okay. They've been a more established tag team. They sell T-shirts. You know, not to say that the Nero Boys superior, the Evans family doesn't or whatever. But they're a kid-oriented act. They're a little bit more cemented. Former champion in the form of Super Z in that, but we do have a heavyweight champion in the form of Tony Evans and the Evans family. Were you guys surprised at how quickly this match? How do I want to say it? During the course of the ending that we saw, the Evans, they both go up, but it seems as if they already have a plan for when this happens.
Yeah.
Like, follow me, kid, you'll get far type stuff.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Super Z's up in the corner going for desperation. Like, he's looking for the quick victory here.
Yeah.
You know,
That's-
but the
that's-
Evans family has a plan already.
They did. Yeah, man. That's a
that's a
very
good
good
point.
observation.
I will go to say this. That's not Tommy.
Yeah.
That's Tony.
Tony for sure.
But I think it's just very interesting how quickly they were able to pick up a win over a much more established tag team.
Yeah, man.
And it's because they walked in with a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, that's great, man. Yeah.
So over the course of this evening, we see the Linda Kay Steven Steele date.
Oh yes.
The first one I thought was really funny because the waitress just kept asking him questions where he could fall up. Where he could look like he knew anything that he talked about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no.
And he
Yeah.
doesn't.
No.
What year this year is the funniest as an alcohol industry professional for a third of my life at this point? What red wine do you want? What year red wine do you want? Oh, this year.
This
At a
that was
restaurant for people that drink wine or have been in a liquor store, at a restaurant that would be like 19 crimes level. That would be like an $8.99 bottle of wine.
Yep.
Because they're not going to stock stuff from this year that, or sell it, especially they don't plan on cellaring so that it becomes valuable the longer they have it. Okay, so that's
That's
a
whatever
very-
you have on your incoming dock.
Yes, yes, just whatever. Put some Dr. Pepper in it, we'll be all right. You know.
He would probably should have ordered a Dr. Pepper, thinking about where this is going. But
No, I thought it was very funny.
I could have watched a 2-hour version of this date. Honestly,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is just hilarious.
If this would have been
Yeah.
a real thing and they would have been a live stream of the time that they both got to the table, that
It was.
would be
Linda
comedy.
wasn't there. Linda wasn't. She was busy at the date. That's why AJ was by himself.
Yeah, that's
No, I
true.
mean, like,
Yeah,
if
we
there
were
would have been a
checking it
live
out.
I
stream of
know.
their
I'm just
whole-
giving you a hard time. I'm
Yeah.
just giving you, like, if it was a Twitch stream. is
That'd
what
be
you
great.
mean.
Yeah. A lot of people do that. They should.
Could you imagine Twitch streaming your date?
Oh, the chat for this date would be going crazy.
I know I would have been in it.
Oh my gosh.
Also, just kind of the dirty, filthy martini, like. And Steven just kind of looks over, and the only two words he heard were "dirty" and "filthy."
Yeah.
And it was like,
Yeah,
"Oh yeah, whatever that is."
It has no context as to what that means.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, he has a context, just not the right one.
Yeah.
Also, whoever this waitress was, I'd be very curious if she's like coming up through the academy, or if she's a wrestler, or if she is just a waitress. She was very funny. Like she was playing straight man, which
Yeah.
but
But
that
she
can be
did it
hard
well.
to do. That could be hard to do. I thought that she had kind of. And I'm sure a lot of this is the cinematography of it and the setting of it, but like everyone always looked good. It looked like she was finding her mark. Like she kept to the script. I wonder if she's just a waitress. And if she's not, maybe. Well, I guess every waitress wants to get into acting, right?
So yeah.
That's that's what it feels like.
Bout 2 of the evening: Maddie the American Baddie versus Sophia Rose. You guys know me. I love some Maddie the American Baddie.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you guys think of this match?
This one, it was. It's good to see Maddie.
Always.
I haven't seen her wrestle too much since I've started keeping up, so it's always good, always joy to see her in the ring. This one's pretty. It was a quicker one, if I'm right. But Sophia came in and they pretty much handled business. Wasn't anything too crazy here. I think we probably predicted this one, right, for the most part. I love Sophia's finisher. With that that's my big takeaway. Just where she hits kind of a stunner, but with the splits too.
Yeah,
that is so
Rose
sick to me.
Calls that
Yes.
the thorn.
The
Oh, the
thorn.
thorn,
That's
right.
it.
Every
I love
rose
that.
has its thorn.
Yes.
Exactly.
No, I love that. That one was one of my big. I love that. I got to give that props every time, man.
Heinz?
I'm glad that Maddie has the attitude
Yeah.
that she brought to this match, because there have been a couple times when it wasn't been that it hadn't been there. So
Where
on
she
those
lost
days,
before she walked through the curtain.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, exactly. But this was not the case. She walked out and she was the American Baddie, and you could kind of feel that it came through as a viewer that the Maddie that we first saw is back, and I was hoping that we would have gotten some promos before, or maybe even during, like Shalance style, but we didn't get that this time around. But solid performance from Maddie. It was a solid match. There really hasn't ever been a bad Sophia Rose match that I have ever seen.
Not for a while. There was
Well,
some,
okay.
okay. There was some,
She wasn't always Sophia
and
Rose.
she wasn't always Sophia Rose. That's right.
That's true.
That's the way. That's the best. That's the kayfabe way of looking at it.
You want to take a look at the ending?
No, if I could just
Yeah,
speak
please.
for a moment. I thought that unlike a lot of Maddie the American Baddie matches, she was basically on top the entire time. There's a point in the middle of this, and this is a bonus point for both women, where Maddie the American Baddie just like throws like what looks like the most devastating looking suplex, and Sophia Rose like almost falls on her neck. I know she didn't, but like it's the hair thing, like where she could kind of protect the way that she falls because her hair is covering it, and it looks like she's just getting like thrown straight on her neck, and she just like rolls backwards, and it's the most devastating thing. And Maddie's really kind of walking all over until Brian Allen, like you mentioned, the end is Sophia Rose. Two what do they call those? They look like bulldogs, but you spin around in the middle of them.
It's kind of like a lariat.
It's like a short lariat, kind of. But that, and then the Rose, kind of out of nowhere, desperation. Loved it. And I think that the big problem with Maddie in terms of why she keeps racking up L's right now is that we just don't see enough of her, because every time we see her, we're like, these suplexes are great, the character's great. And this is definitely the most strong that she's been booked in terms of taking a very narrow pin from Sophia Rose. So I'll take it. I just, and I also hate to tell all the people online. Guess what I didn't see online? Here's my comment of the week. Here's what I didn't see online.
This is becoming a real segment.
I know. Well, it should be, because this is. Well, wait, no, that's the other show where fans talk back. This is where I talk for them and tell them what to think. This is the first week in a few weeks where I haven't seen the OVW. You're ruining the OVW women's division. The OVW women's division is the best division in the division. You didn't book any women's matches. You only booked one women's match this week. And apparently all it takes for people to stop complaining is you book 2 women's matches. It's like, then everyone in the comments like, OVW's women's division is one of the best women's divisions in all of wrestling, and they need tag team titles, and they need and it's like such a 180 from a week ago with these people, man. These wrestling fans. Don't listen to what I talked about last week on the internet.
Okay.
Because you'll find some inconsistencies in what I say too. But
No.
here's the thing: is I don't take time out of my day to go write them down. I take time to permanently record them on a microphone. So
Your voice, not just text.
yeah, and
Yeah,
so
true.
Far less
wait,
deniable.
is this like Am I realizing that this is definitely like in every accusation is an admission? Like
Look, I have a camera. Chapman, look over here. Check it out. That's a camera. It's actually getting your face hole saying these
Well,
things.
no. Here's the thing: is I'm gonna take a page out of the Jim Rome book. I'm the one that hosts the show. Okay, I'm the one that hosts the show.
You want to see the ending?
Bro, man.
Yes,
please, yes.
please.
Little 2 count.
Well, and I hate to sound like this or be like this,
But you're gonna anyway.
It seems like the only time that Maddie kind of breaks out of her intensity is when we're going for the pinning predicament. And maybe that's telling us, maybe that's foreshadowing to us, like, oh, I ran out of steam finally, you know.
That's all my. That's everything I got.
Right, right. And maybe that's true. Maybe I'm just being a dumbass on the internet. Probably am. But
Look at this. This is new. Watch this. Whoop.
Sophia's been working on those like very like quick rolls across the ring for a while, but
Probably the best one of those I've ever seen, though, to get it right in with the thorn.
You mean a somersault?
I guess, yeah.
no, it was like a forwards O'Connor roll.
Sure. Tomato.
Rolling. Yeah.
But Sophia Rose does get the win there.
Yes.
Which Brian Allen, tell us about this sketch with Tony Gunn, this in-ring talking segment with Tony Gunn. I'm trying to break my habit of calling it a sketch.
Sure, no, I got you, man. So Tony comes to that ring and he pointed out something that I didn't really notice. Not sure if y'all did, but he was saying shoulders weren't down during his last match with Star Rider. I meant to go back and look to do a little booth review on that. But I'll take his word for it during this segment. And then he gets interrupted by a Star Rider who's kind of coming to the ring like shining a little more light on his.
Well, he calls Star Rider to the ring. He's like, "Come on down here. I want to say it to your face."
No, that's a good point. No, he called him there, and Star Rider showed up and kind of mentioned, you know, what version of Star Rider are you going to get next time or tonight, whenever it is, man. And I like that a lot. You know, you're going to get the more serious, calculated, maybe Star Rider who's kind of locked in, maybe. Or you know, the crazy and you know, he starts
banging his
hitting
head
the
on the wall.
turnbuckle. Yeah. He starts, you know, banging his head and stuff. You're gonna get that one, and I'm like, ooh, that's good.
He's literally hitting
man.
his head off of padding.
Yeah.
He's literally, that is like the old school definition of crazy. He's
It is,
literally
yeah.
hitting his head off of padding.
On the padding. That's real crazy. That is not performative, not one bit, man. So, I love this segment, man. It was great. What would y'all have any thoughts you want to add to it, man?
I'm glad that we got what we hoped we were going to get, which was best case scenario, best of 7 series between Shotgun Tony Gunn and Star Rider.
Yeah.
The first 2 meetings, which are not part of the best of 7, correct?
That is my understanding.
Yeah.
So we
Now,
still have up to 7 more matches between these 2. Presumably, we will see once a week between now and like almost Christmas. As a fan, that is fantastic because both of those matches were excellent matches, and it was split evenly, one on one, or 2-0, depending on who you believe. If you believe Shotgun Tony Gunn,
Need the review.
but I am glad that this is what we are going to see from these 2 because after the first couple of matches, this is exactly what we hoped that we would get, and it appears as though we are going to get that, including the fight in the middle of the ring where all the security comes from the back to separate them, and then the big announcement from Al. Could not be happier with this announcement.
So I
great.
I agree with everything you guys said. Got a couple of things. I think we're both going in as tweeners. I think we're both going in as tweeners, which is very, very interesting. This seemed like a much more. This was a nicer Tony Gunn than we've seen him since his return. This was a much more logical Star Rider that was trying to raise to the occasion he'd been given, rather than just cause chaos the way that he has been for the last few months. So I think we're going in tweener. Another thing, there's a very important line in the Tony Gunn promo right before the fight, basically, where he says, you don't know who you are under that mask.
I heard that too. Do you think this is going to end in a mask?
Yep,
versus
career
career?
versus mask, baby. Career versus mask, hair versus mask, whatever it is. That's the 7th match.
Yeah.
Flask versus match.
Flask versus mask.
Yeah.
Oh, Flask versus mask on a poster would look fantastic, but not.
This is mask.
But
man.
no, I think that just let's step it up a little bit. Let's step it up a little bit. Let's put that frog in that water and let's turn it on. Let's turn it on about 2, right?
So glad.
And by the time we get to 7, by the time we get to high, by the time we get boiling, Star Rider doesn't have a mask at all anymore. If we're gonna take a Game 7 reference, maybe Tony Gunn literally cuts the straps down
nets,
and
yeah.
takes the mask like you would
get him
the game now.
tiny little
Yeah,
step
yeah.
stool.
Man,
So what do you guys think about Al coming out and just being the boss of OVW on a more regular basis these days? Do you like that? Do you like seeing Al? We all know he's there.
I love it. What about y'all?
It's just weird because there aren't nearly as many your mom jokes as I would hope. It's all seriousness and don't make me come down there or else you're going to pay. I would really hope that there would be more your mom jokes, but that is my only complaint.
2 things, both kayfabe related.
Uh-huh.
He's not back more. He's just back. He's not present more. He's just back because he's in charge of the company again after Revolution.
Well, yeah, but even the first few months post-Revolution, we didn't see him as much, it felt like.
There's probably explanations for that. We know he's a busy man, but
Sure.
from a kayfabe perspective, that's why you see him more often. From your thing, he lost the company. So, of course, he's more serious. He now knows what could happen, and he lost it to one of his best friends.
That
So,
was true.
your mama jokes and stuff, all that stuff is fine. We'll save it till after the show. We'll save it till after the match. But as long as he's got a job to do, he's going to be doing that job. And that's kind of the way. If I had to explain it through the lens of kayfabe, that's how I would try to explain it. Not saying I'm right or wrong,
No, I hear you.
but if that's the closest I can come to an explanation
That's sound reasoning, man.
on both of those things. So we get our second women's match of the night between Tegan Thorne and J-Rod. Here's the thing about these people. Next week they're gonna be like, these matches aren't competitive enough. We knew who won. We knew who was gonna win before it even started. It'd be awful to people on the internet.
There's no pleasing some people.
There's no pleasing some people, and they're called the OVW YouTube section. Other than the people that watch us Wednesday nights,
you're
7
great.
p.m. Yeah, you guys are fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But in all honesty, those are chat people. A lot of I don't watch the chat because I know those people in the chat, and I know that they ask when they have conversations, they're having them with themselves. They're not yelling out in the void like the people that are just leaving comments on the video. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The comments on the video don't want to engage in conversation. They just want to make their point, and they want it to be it, and that's it. That's a totally different thing than engaging in the chat.
No, that's true. It's a lot of comment sections, man.
There is. Well, and also, it wasn't that long ago that I had the idea to do the comment section thing, and it wasn't possible. The comment section thing only came about because there are more comments in it because there are more people watching the show, which is great, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
J-Rod takes the victory. I don't think we got to. I mean,
No.
I don't want to be flippant.
It wasn't
I don't
quite-
want to be flippant, but
It
No, you're
wasn't
good.
quite Tegan Thorne, thanks for coming. But
Oh,
it
she
was-
hung in there.
yeah, I know.
Wow,
I said it wasn't.
Yeah. No, I'm agreeing. Yeah.
But it just wasn't her night.
But in a matter where, like, Sophia Rose or Maddie the American Baddie, thanks for coming, doesn't even feel like a thought. Tegan Thorne versus J-Rod feels a little bit more like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially after you watch the match, especially after you see the execution.
Yep.
We see a second update from Steven and Linda.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Oh yeah.
Do we have
Do
clips?
we have the
Yeah,
Steven Linda clips?
No,
getting calamari
I
now.
thought about assembling them all, but they're on the internet if you want to have a look at them.
Ginormous deduction.
For posterity's sake, can we see the Tegan Thorne J-Rod
Absolutely.
ending, please?
Oh yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
It's a nasty spear.
Where- I thought we saw it already, but we will play it again.
There's more than one women's match this week.
Oh, yeah, that's the wrong one. Hang on.
Ask the people in the chat.
Ask the
they'll
people
tell
in
you.
the
go.
chat; they'll tell you.
Yeah, I was really hoping that we would have gotten a super cut of Lola and Steven. But no, apparently that is not the case, unfortunately. But that might be my favorite segment from this week's episode.
Yeah, it
was getting to see them have this date and see that Steven Steele is pretty green when it comes to a lot of things.
I also,
he was trying, man.
Wait,
Effort was there.
now that I'm sitting and getting reminded of this J-Rod and Tegan match too, I'm kind of just like, people like Tegan. It's just as soon as you put her in a match with either of the above, Freya, Sophia, and J-Rod, it all goes away.
Yeah.
and that sucks for Tegan Rose.
Tegan Thorne.
Tegan,
It
what did I
probably
say?
won't always be like
Tegan
that.
Rose.
Yeah.
She carries the roses. The thorn is the
Yes.
name of Sophia Rose's thing. Yeah. No, she's got like a little bit of groundswell of momentum, but there's just, not to make fun of the tag team comments in the trivia and the YouTube thing again, but like it is people like Tegan Thorne's booking is indicative of the issues of why we can't have a tag team division. Because people with a groundswell of support keep walking out, getting taken out every week and beaten by the same handful of people. So
That's super fair. Yeah, that's it, man.
yeah, Steven doesn't drink wine. Good for him. I think the boy's like 19. And has an F calamari, which Heinz? Calamari?
Man, calamari.
I'm not a big fan of seafood.
Right.
Hey, you two, shut it. I did try calamari once. It was actually pretty good. But I'm not going to go with you to eat it because that was just...
I did eat it raw for what it's worth, which I think we spoke about last week. But Brian Allen, you like seafood? You're a seafood guy?
Love seafood, man. That's
I love that first sip
huge.
that he gets of the wine, and clearly he doesn't know what he's in for.
yeah. No, he does that.
Well, and it's so like there was like kind of a very natural like Steven Steele reaction, I think. Like, because he is even if it's just red wine from this year, at 19 years old, you have no palate for that unless you're French. And
and even then, at 19, you've had 5 years experience. Probably.
You have a little bit more of a learning curve there, but like there's something like I was reading an article earlier, I guess maybe 2 weeks ago, where it was just a listicle. It wasn't like anything like massive. It wasn't like I was reading the New York Times of wrestling or anything like that. But it's just a listicle about all the times that wrestlers had messed up and about how this moments can make them more human. And I'm not saying that he messed up there, that he botched there, or that he broke character there. I'm just saying that that's what a 19-year-old guy that's never had a glass of wine would do.
Yeah.
And realizing in the middle of that first bite of calamari when she says the tentacle. Realizing, like, seeing that look of recognition on his face and watching him, like quickly kind of spit that into his hand and then like throw it on the ground while she's not looking. That is very much something that I would have done. So I found that part very relatable.
He's killing it. He killed that, man.
And she says, "Are you being funny?" Because he says, "That's Danny Davis over there," which is a great line.
Brandon Davis.
Oh, did he say Brandon? I thought he said Danny Davis.
That was Brandon.
It was Brandon.
Oh, I was like,
Danny would have been funnier.
that would have been way funnier. Yeah, the guy who founded the company, and Linda's just like, who? Like, that would have been way funnier. Yeah. But no, that's what I thought I listened to it a little fast, guys. If
you're good.
You know, people know this. I listened to the show a little fast, so I thought he said Danny Davis. But let's tone down the energy a little bit, because we got something that deserves the energy to be toned down. We got this promo that we had mentioned earlier between Jade and Arrow. The most human I think we've ever seen the Jade and Arrow character.
True.
Yeah.
I know Tony Evans likes to make fun of my 87 kids or whatever. I have 11 kids and 1 son. The reason I took Tony Evans' shit was so I could bring my son to OVW and wrestle with my son. That's guess where the word, like, I don't know, maybe I was getting work. Maybe he does have 67 kids and this sounded better during the emotional heartfelt promo. I don't know. But like, I bought every moment of this. I bought every moment of this.
It really felt real.
Yeah.
Did,
I mean, among the three of us, I'm the one who has 1 son. And
You
I
also
were
are
in,
the one that kind of has the most long-standing relationship with Jay De Niro, which is why I want to get your
yeah.
perspective on
That's
from both,
true.
because you guys do have, and you both have up until recently both had great graying hair that you kept in a pony barn. But so I wanted to get your kind of perspective on the son thing and your relationship with Jay De Niro and kind of all of this promo. Really.
That'd be cool, man. Yeah.
I mean, I really feel for him as far as this goes. I mean, the heel turn in wrestling is meant to be something shocking. It is meant to be something like dastardly, like you wouldn't see coming. For a betrayal like this to happen between a father and son, where the son betrays the father, who we got like a solid 4 to 6 weeks where we went from a year and a half of like silent enforcer, strongman Jay De Niro to,
And it really was a year and a half in our times.
yeah,
Which is a long time.
probably closer to 2.
Yeah. And who knows how long it had been going on before that.
Yeah, and
Really.
yeah, who knows? To
Not
go
ice
from
in the
that
cap.
to get like 4 to 6 weeks where we see this complete shift in gears and attitude, going from that to the proud papa, you know, excited to have your son working alongside you, being a tag team, being a functioning unit, and then having that completely ripped away. I definitely feel all of this for him, and as a fan and viewer, I'm low-key kind of pissed, even though I you know, there's a lot of kayfabe and stuff like it. It's like, ugh, if that were to happen to me, I would feel like he feels when he comes out and addresses the audience this week.
Can I ask you a question of why you think that is? Do you think it's because the Tommy Boy and Jay stuff seems like a second compared to the to the Jay and Tony stuff? Is it because it ended, it came apart out of nowhere and ended so quickly? Do you think that's why you have a little bit of...
that's part of it, yeah. I mean, it was there for a blink of an eye, and then it was gone. In terms of, you know, like longer wrestling storylines. We got like
and
just
OVW doesn't move fast all the time. That's not judgment, condemnment, or condonement.
They just linger on a story.
Yeah,
and they get all the juice out of it.
Sometimes they like to take it slow.
It's good, man. Yeah.
But I don't know. I have some what ifs, and I don't know whether we should get them all out here. Maybe we should save some of those for later on. But
throw those in the stew. Let those simmer a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on the fan zone, because something occurred to me while we were in the middle of talking about this that I will save for a later date. But long story short, I really feel for Jay De Niro in this promo.
Alan?
Yeah. No, thank you, man. What? Those are great words, man.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate
Of course. Jake, when he first came out and he has this fresh cut, man.
He does.
I'm shedding a little light here, because this is a tough topic, man. This is a heavy storyline.
Yeah.
That look he has and is part of it's part of his character development and its journey so far. When he came out, it's something that's just screaming to me this man looks like he's ready for a huge role in a movie now. Like, he just has a Hollywood look.
He did
Star
get
potential.
like
Yeah,
100
literally.
times better looking pause after he got a haircut.
Yeah, no, for sure, man.
Hines. He did get 100 times better looking pause after he got a haircut.
So
That's the thing,
you're saying I should cut
Wow.
my
Oh,
hair.
no, that's the thing. I love long hair looks, man. It's sometimes when and it was with me, like when I cut my long hair. That first appearance, it's just very like, oh damn, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird seeing a changed up look like that. For him specifically, it was just like he just looks like he's ready for a A-list role now in any dramatic movie.
He does look like my mom would have a huge crush on him.
Oh yeah, the mom's
Yeah.
That's
No,
the look.
yeah,
they love.
oh,
that's the look. that
Listen,
they
yeah,
love, man.
we got like the Cal Heroes, the Luscious Lawrences of the world,
Yep,
you know, for
yep.
the, you know, Tony, not Tony Evans, Lord no. Jay De Niro's for the moms. Jay De Niro's for the cougs out there.
So he's got that going for him in this rough time, because this is rough to deal with. And he just got beat up after telling this story and everything. The son comes, in.
Got a
and
kick straight to the junk.
It did.
Yeah.
And it was new, like basically adoptive father comes in too, and they jump him. That's rough.
So
man.
are you really saying that I need to cut my hair?
No,
I'm
it just was.
definitely not.
It was just such a convenient joke.
I see.
I happen
Keep
to know.
growing it. I love the hair.
Yeah,
love
like
the hair, man.
I've been told 1,000 times in my life, keep growing it until it don't
Yeah.
grow no more.
Yeah.
So, buddy, you keep growing it till it don't grow no more.
Well, let
when
me
it
tell
really
you-
gets bad, I will tell you not on microphone.
Okay, that's fair. I appreciate it. So, real quick, as far as that goes, speaking from experience, there is no way in hell I will ever cut my hair when it is cold out.
Oh, yeah,
Fall, winter.
Yeah.
Because you're used to that internal temperature, and if you take that away, you're done. Like I did it once in the middle of winter, and that was the only time I cut my hair, and I froze for months. I could not get warm.
I got my last one for the year a couple weeks ago, so
So you already know.
I might fit one in it because it got hotter again today. So like if we have another like couple weeks where it gets hotter, I might fit another one in before it gets really bad. But
Yeah, like a trim or something, like where you just get the ends. Sure, that's one thing. But actively like losing all of my hair for a shorter look,
Oh, no.
not until like March or April, and even then, don't hold your breath.
Don't hold your breath. Tell us about the main event of hour one, Jackman. Breathe. Host.
Main event of hour one. Again, I already said it earlier, man. I could not imagine being not only calling an entire hour's worth of wrestling by yourself, and the main event being a battle royale that breaks the station line. So you have to, the only reprieve you get in between hours is, let's call it, I mean, I don't know how long, but I know it takes
It was like a second and a half.
Yeah, well, I think they cut it a little faster on the YouTube thing because they had to cut it for television. But like, if you were watching this live, you would have been like a 3-minute like thing. It would have been like 3 minutes like tops. Like I think what does it take? 5 seconds to do station ID?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if they're paying for the time, like they could go back to it straight after station ID if they, if that's the way it worked. And I didn't watch it on Fight either, so
Who knows how
it
this
looked
broke
on
I
out.
watched it on the YouTubes.
I think that's the best way to put it. I think that's the best place to watch it. I think that's the way they prefer it, just for anybody out there wondering. But we had a big old battle royale.
Yep.
Winner gets a title shot at Hell Night. You
Trick
got
or Treat Battle Royal. Let's use their branding.
Trick or Treat Battle Royal. Winner gets a title shot at Hell Night of their choosing. We've got to assume most people in this plane of competitors is looking at a singles title shot.
Right.
Who do we have? Let's see. I'll read them off,
Yeah, man, that's a big list.
and then we can kind of talk about any moments that we remember. We can kind of go straight to the end, whatever you guys want to do. I know we're at 12 minutes. We still got a little bit left to do, but Donovan Cecil, Ashton Adonis, Jake Lawless, Brandon Beretta, Jake Painter, Jake Vaughn, Jake Bravado. Must have been a popular name in the baby book that year. Luke Hartman, Mad Dog Martin, Chris Exodus, Sam Hathaway. That's Holloway, actually.
Holloway, yeah.
With Evil Z, Icon Lee, and Luscious Lawrence.
Returning Luscious Lawrence. I think that's the first thing we need to say.
Nah, I think
Love Luscious.
we've said returning Luscious Lawrence every 2 weeks in the last 6 weeks.
This is the first time I've actually seen him. He's been on the card. Has he actually shown up for the show?
Well, he showed up with a new Titantron.
Now he's just the
entrance
cream.
music.
He fought
Yeah,
Big
new
Zo,
music.
maybe about 3 weeks ago?
Yeah. Did he
Think
just
so.
fight Big Zo?
He did fight Big Zo.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
Anything stick out during the course of this match that's not the ending and the twist at the ending?
Go ahead.
Mostly Jake Lawless getting eliminated very quickly there. That was hilarious.
Yeah, it didn't
I
even
always
seem
chuckle.
like the whole thing had started yet.
Yeah.
And Jack Vaughn's like, you know what? The hell with this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and get this party started, and just threw him right out of the ring before the bell even rang. It seemed like.
Yeah, those quick eliminations, they get me every time. I'm sorry.
It was a relatively short battle royal.
It was, man. Yeah.
I mean,
To have that
sometimes
many people in it.
Yeah, to have that many people in it. This didn't really last an exceptionally long time like the Nightmare Rumble does, but of course that's a little bit different style match. But yeah, I mean, it was just a great melting pot to see plenty of the stars from OVW get everybody out there. But it really is, in terms of longer term storytelling, getting down to the last half a dozen or so folks at the very end,
Right.
and ultimately the winner and the title that was chosen.
I actually have the twist as the video, so we can listen.
We
to
have
that if you
audio?
want. Yes, we do.
Perfect.
All right. Wait, before we get that, I love how the Sin City Outlaws
Stuck in.
yes.
laid low at the end
Yeah.
and played, a veteran game.
Yeah.
They
Great point.
saw that it was going to be 2-on-2 for a while, and then it got to the point where they realized, oh, this is our chance, and well, they didn't come out on top, but that was good heads-up ball on their part.
They deserve that spotlight they got for a bit there.
And there's an argument to be made. They would have, one of the two of them would have ended up on top if the winner wasn't, aware and practiced in every single veteran skill humanly possible.
Vet,
Yeah.
man.
So
in
he
the
was ready
wrestling
for
ring.
him.
Yeah.
So Jack Vaughn is the winner.
He
you can see.
probably, when they ducked out, and he probably was like, well, I already know how I'm going to win when these two suckers get back in here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably had that scouted 3-4 moves in advance.
Oh, it's Jack Vaughn, man. Because he
Yeah, that's him.
had this as a plan. Quite obviously had this as a plan.
You have some decisions to make because Halloween Hell Night, you get to pick the title match that you want to be in. What's it going to be, Jack?
I mean, given the current climate, I think what makes sense. That Hell Night, I'm in a tag team championship match.
Sounds like something they say on NPR.
Yeah, it
You
is.
want
Yeah.
the tag team championships, right?
You got that right.
Here it
And
comes.
rest assured, very soon, I'll let everyone know who my tag partner's going to be that night.
They did that part so well. That one had me. I was laughing quite a bit.
Donovan just sort of left. Just cue the Curb Your Enthusiasm music.
Well, I think for both Donovan and for Eric Cornish, I think both of their faces after this, the only person who had any confidence during that was Jack Vaughn.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. The
Like,
clap. I love the clap.
Eric Cornish, both him and Donovan Cecil were like, I've seen a lot, but I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
When it got down to the last 6 or so, I figured it was going to be Jack Vaughn. And once he won, I figured, yeah, it's going to be a tag team match. But that was the twist I didn't see, where he said that he'll let everybody know soon who his tag team partner is going to be. I laughed out loud.
Yeah,
I
me
watched
too.
this again last night after I got off work. So at like 1:30 in the morning, I watched this and started laughing because it was, typical.
Yeah.
What do you think Donovan Cecil, what do you think the chances are Donovan Cecil's the tag team partner?
I don't.
He's still got to think pretty high, but someone else will get involved. Maybe they don't actually go into the match, but he'll pick somebody maybe, and then Cecil maybe maybe beats him. I don't know, jumps him, so he has to take their spot or something. I don't know. Throwing
It's more
ideas
work
out.
for therapist Larkin, sounds like
Yeah,
to me.
it's sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good point.
Well, she might be losing her residency if he chooses someone else, so
She could lose her meal ticket for sure.
she might be as just a singles therapist after that for Donovan.
Yeah.
And probably Jack should keep in touch too. It seems like
He
he's
should.
pretty sick. It seems like he probably needs some help and
Well, he is a veteran,
yeah,
so
yeah,
they often
he's-
have issues.
He's got yeah. I'm not gonna touch that one. In today's current climate, I'm not gonna touch that one.
Let's move on to hour 2.
Yes, let's do it. We start off first off, the more important part. Big Zoe at commentary.
Yeah.
AJ
Menacing.
McKay finally getting a little bit of relief in the live show.
Yeah.
But like really even more so than the violence in the matches or beating up Josh Ashcraft last week, this is the first time that we get to hear kind of Big Zoe's big thesis on OVW and his championship run and what OVW is going to mean now that he has the top belt in the company. What did you guys think about kind of kind of Big Zo's entire commentary run here, and then maybe if you remember specific stuff as we get through the matches, we can go back to it. But what did you guys first thoughts for Big Zo's commentary tonight?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Watching Zoe there, man, there were so many times during when he was on commentary where I was like, he's pretty. He's actually pretty goofy. I'd feel threatened if I'm AJ McKay because he's right there beside me. But watching on TV, I was like, I don't get too he doesn't feel too scary right now, which is good because he's been on a violent run lately. So I was like, okay, he's showing it back a little. He's joking some and nothing's too. I'm not uncomfortable yet. But as the commentary went on, man, and he was just slowly gaslighting AJ more and more into mistakes, literally. He kept making him fall into his traps, like mental games. And as more of it unwrapped, I saw like Zoe, man, he's so good at that just mental game. Menacing, yeah.
He is menacing.
Without even, trying to do. He's not angry yet, yelling yet. But he nabs that, man. He does it so good. And when he does get angry, it's over then. You've already messed up.
This, to me, like, having him on commentary for a solid hour was like the equivalent of watching The Wizard of Oz and listening to The Dark Side of the Moon. It's like these two things are completely separate. Their conversation is separate from what's going on in the ring, so you're getting two different things at the same time.
Yeah.
Really, other than the Freya and stuff, he didn't care about watching any of it.
No, he
Other
didn't.
than when there's
But
just
when-
violence in
Yeah,
front of
when she went off to beat some ass, he was all about that.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, he could not have cared any less.
Nope.
But what I feel like we got with him doing hour 2 commentary was a glimpse of a supervillain.
Yeah.
And not in a cartoonish Star Rider kind of way. I'm talking about being able to be very cordial, but very calculated, very welcoming, but also very menacing at the same time.
Those are the best villains.
Right, exactly. And I don't feel like in the time that we've been doing this podcast that we've gotten somebody who checked all of those boxes.
that wide.
Yeah.
That psychological.
Yeah.
Range, man.
The profile is just all-encompassing.
And so I agree with everything you guys said. And actually it parallels with the way that I felt almost 1-in-1. And I couldn't, throughout the course of this commentary, I kind of couldn't stop from thinking about Big Zo as two people, really. Two characters. Tony Soprano and Frank Lucas from American Gangster. Where both of these guys know that the only reason you're nice to them is because of who they are and how much power they have.
Yeah.
And that they can push you and push you and push you, but they're going to be nice about it because they're smart enough.
Because they can be.
Because they can be. And they're going to push you and push you and push you until, and they're going to keep taking more and more and more from you until eventually you've done something to disrespect them, even though the only thing you've done is consistently place them into places for you to disrespect them.
Yeah.
And I really could not. There were so many times during this thing, I was like, oh, that's an American Gangster line. Oh, that's a Sopranos line. Oh, that's what Tony would do. Like,
Yeah.
especially when we get to like being food motivated. I was like, that's exactly what Tony Soprano would do.
Yeah.
Like, so that was kind of my takeaway. But like those guys, those two villains especially are that. They're polite, but cunning.
Yeah.
They're menacing with a smile on their face.
That's the worst kind of menacing in my brain.
And Zoe has gotten that. I mean, I think about that one scene in American Gangster where he sees somebody that's disrespected him as he's at a business meeting. He sees somebody that's disrespected him. He's paid for all of the food. He's being super nice to everybody. He sees a former business client. He walks outside in broad daylight, shoots him in the back, comes back in and continues eating. Because he knows he's protected because everyone's on his payroll. And he needs those new hires to know, this is what I'm effing capable of.
Yeah.
And that's where Big Zo is right now.
It is.
That's where Big Zo is right
Perfect,
now.
man. Yeah. That's perfect.
So yeah, that's kind of my takeaway. Let's get into the match though. Yeah. We kind of already something that you pointed out, Hines, about how he didn't care about what was actually happening on the screen.
Nope.
So obvious during this match between Kenny B and MRD and the Lakadors with Tori Fox. I don't know who these people are. I didn't care about it either. The only thing I cared about is Dustin Jackson and Anthony Toatelli won, and we're going back to Los Desafios.
Let's see how they won against these Lakadors or whatever they are.
I cared about this about as much as Big Zo did.
Oh my, hang on.
Also, shout out to Big Zo for like not having time to change out of his like day clothes. He just showed. He showed.
Yeah, that was the only thing that seemed off.
That's I think why he had to be on. Why the commentary thing was so important. But yeah, what were you saying?
Like, a suit coat.
Yeah.
A classic supervillain kind of look, like a suit coat and a turtleneck, like if you're talking like James Bond villains or something like that.
No,
Here we go.
There's an
Spear.
argument. And this is insult to injury, guys. These guys are brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen these guys anywhere. I didn't quite hear them say.
Tony would have worn that, but he wouldn't. It would have been buttoned all the way down, and no undershirt. So maybe he's getting to.
We're getting there.
Yeah. He's got to wait for an important occasion. Meadows graduating high school or whatever.
Los Desafios come out after the match here and challenge, as you said earlier.
Yeah, no, I want a rematch of that too. I think Los Desafios deserve it. I think this could be a flip flop, like back and forth title reign type of.
I would love to see a very long rivalry between the two. All four of these people in this equation are solid enough on their own, but I feel like both teams are greater than the sum of their parts.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. Can't wait, man.
No, I agree. I think this is going to be a lot of fun when we finally see it. Steven doesn't like calamari. Linda's pretty into Steven. Steven drinks all of his wine. This will prove to be detrimental to young Steven Steele.
He should not have done all of that.
Nope. Right. And far be it. Listen, always be honest on your first dates. Gas yourself up a little bit. Advertise yourself up a little bit.
Sure.
Everybody does it. It's totally normal. Be honest, though. Maybe don't destroy, make sure that she wasn't allowed to have a date the week before it, and that's what you're honest about. Just gonna.
Yeah.
Just maybe don't be that honest, and maybe don't do that. Let her go out with whoever she wants, Steven Steele. Maybe that's the important part.
That's the lesson. Win fairly, right? Play fair.
I love when they bring the food out and he goes for it, and then the look on his face when she tells him, when he realizes what it is. It's kind of like that scene in Dumb and Dumber where Jim Carrey's about to throw up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That.
And then he chugs all the wine to get that taste out of his mouth and. Poor Steven Steele.
So I kind of want to tie all of this together. We kind of already mentioned it. Steven gets drunk off of the
half
drink
a glass
all
of
the
wine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it happens. It's some good wine. It's vintage 2025.
Okay, yeah.
It's fresh.
And he admits that he prevented Brandon Davis. He canceled Brandon Davis's plane ticket.
Yep.
So Linda leaves. Looks like she's back on the Brandon Davis train. Also, this kind of affirms more where Steele is on the babyface heel dynamic.
Yeah, that's a great point.
He's
still playing dirty.
He's a misogynist, man. Like, it's not good. It's not good.
He's got to learn, man.
And we already kind of mentioned it too, because I do want to kind of fast forward, like move towards the end of the show, not fast forward to it, especially not if you're listening, but move towards the end of the show. Dr. Zoe and AJ McKay are talking while Freya rolls out, and she got rolled out by Killah Kai. This is not a sanctioned match. They just fight all over Davis Arena.
They just go
That was just like a street fight that wasn't even on the card.
Yeah, chairs and everything. Just it was
Zoe,
just hands,
and Dr.
man.
Zoe was delighted.
Yeah.
Oh, he loved it. He was, to make another mid-2000s reference, he was the emperor in Gladiator during this.
Yeah.
Just eating high on the hog up there watching this.
Yep.
We see about 6 of the evening. It's Anthony Green versus Cal Hero. Anthony Green, apparently a pretty good wrestler. He's been around a little bit.
Yeah.
McKay put over his pedigree quite a bit. And the story that they told of this, which I thought was very interesting considering Cal Hero's, Golden Boy heavyweight champion, they were telling us that these guys are 100% equal. They went move for move, shot for shot. They had never met each other in the ring, but they were telling us these guys are 100% equal. And then, of course, trifecta come out.
Yeah.
That is what it is.
You want to see this? I do
Yeah.
have that moment.
Please, yeah.
bring it.
They didn't get to cook much, man, but
But
it was eventful.
But they were cooking.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, but
But they did not get to.
Yeah.
They did not serve the meal.
we got to run this back. I don't know if Anthony's busy, man.
No, I would like to see this again. I actually
He's
would.
busy these
yeah.
next few weeks, but man, we got to.
Like,
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to recover, and then here comes the trifecta.
but I mean,
Just-
even look at how they're trying to recover. Like, there's symmetry. They're in the opposite sides of the ring. Like, the whole point of this was that these guys were.
and then here
very
he comes to
simpatico.
help Cal.
Try to help.
Yeah, and now he's helping Cal. They might have found themselves a real good prospect here.
Yeah. An element for this title run, too. Man.
Yeah,
That could-
and an element for this title, an element for the trifecta stuff,
Yep.
the level 3 stuff. This is all wrapped together.
It is, man.
Tony Gunn versus Star. It's our final evening of the night. It's not a long one, fellas. What happens?
I've got to how this ends and transitions when you're ready.
This one was quick, too, man.
Well, let's go ahead and see it, and we'll talk about it
Yeah,
while it's
because
happening.
it's big body, getting some altitude. Tony feeling his oats. Star Rider trying to recover, slips the.
Important to note here that Star Rider came out with something to prove. He had hands on Tony Gunn before the match even started. Is
So-
this now where we see?
Yeah, this is where you can see Big Zo has come out to returned to commentary after yelling and blowing up all over poor AJ McKay.
Oh, see, that's just another Sopranos thing. Tony Soprano blew up all over his son AJ all the time.
So yeah,
Again,
now
mostly about food.
you think
Yeah, poor AJ.
maybe that punch is
Caught
enough,
that.
Nope.
but no, that was just the start of it, and he ends up in the ring, just brutalizing
Yeah.
poor
So,
AJ.
It wasn't not holding back.
Can I insinuate something I really don't want to?
Remembering that Dr. Zo probably is a listener.
Yeah.
I'm going to slowly move my chair a little bit further from you before you make this statement.
Are they replacing the commentary team?
That's interesting, because we are down to. Well, Linda should be back. Who knows how? I've not heard from Josh.
Brandon Davis.
Oh, that's true. You might be a fart smeller, sir.
Or don't ever fucking call me that ever again.
Okay, I won't. I'm sorry.
No, I was kidding. That was performative. I promise. That was performative. I promise. I felt like it had been a long time since I got an F word in, so I wanted one. Maybe it's just vacation time at the commentary table.
Maybe, yeah.
Who knows?
You know, if speaking out of kayfabe,
That is a good
Fair
point.
observation. Yeah.
That's two of your commentators that got beat up by the same guy in a week, and we know that we know the consequence for the first guy. So we have to assume the consequence for the second guy. The difference between the first guy and the second guy is one of them's been in a ring,
One of them never really
one
has.
of them never really has.
That's true.
One is known for his voiceovers.
Yeah, one knows Big Zo, as close friends, to the point that Big Zo went out of his way and said, "What did I do? He's still my friend. Still my friend."
Yeah, after all that, he
You know?
did say that, yeah.
And
Called
I don't-
Eric Surge's friend.
again,
he
he called
did.
Eric Surge's
Good
friend.
point, yeah.
So I don't know anything, but that would look to me like AJ McKay's not there next week, right? Josh might be back, but that really depends how long in kayfabe a Big Zo injury matters, because guess what? It has to matter on the commentary guys a whole lot more than it matters on the wrestlers.
Yeah.
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 So just
points,
food for thought.
That's
That's just
some
food for
good-
thought.
some
So
good
to
points.
piggyback
to
off
know.
of that, if you need somebody for commentary, I'm free on Thursdays. Maybe I'll have to check my work
Yeah.
schedule and ask my boss. But
I'm not
Yeah.
really. I'm not free. Not free. Don't call me.
Make it happen.
Don't.
I can be.
So what did we think overall of this week, gentlemen?
menacing.
Yeah, menacing, man. Very, man. It was kind of nuanced cooking, man.
Yeah.
A lot of the storylines and consequences really took over a lot for this. It was really impactful, man.
For me, I'm gonna say what I've said oftentimes before, but AJ McKay, one of the star players of the company right now.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Not the star of the
Amazing.
show.
Not star player
prime.
Jinx.
but one of the true kind of workhorses of the company right now, evidenced by nothing more than more than this episode.
Yeah.
That's my final thoughts for everyone here at the OVW podcast. My name is Jack Minogues.
I'm Brian Hines.
Brian Allen.
See you guys next week.